2年前出海的字典里还没有领跑这个词，谁又想到今天的领跑在欧洲和菲亚特、标致、雪铁龙这些欧洲知名汽车品牌同店陈列。这一期探店，我们来到荷兰第3大城市海牙，带你们看看领跑如何用借船出海战术撬动欧洲市场。2023年10月 Stellantis 集团116亿入股领跑。2024年5月，领跑和 Stellantis 合资公司领跑国际成立，至此领跑出海正式轻装上阵。与未来出海大手大脚花钱的不同，领跑出海选择了能省就省，走的是一条轻资产高性价比的路线。领跑在欧洲的所有车都是放在 Stellantis 旗下经销商现成的销售渠道卖。荷兰海牙这家叫 Witbrood 的老牌车商，既做新车也做二手车，展厅内同时销售标致、现代、雪铁龙和其他 Stellantis 旗下品牌的汽车。店里的小哥，我封他为荷兰的卷王，回答我们问题的同时，手里的活还不停。有趣的是，他说比起服务单个品牌，更喜欢在 4S 店卖车，因为这里更多元，节奏更快。
Not really. No, I like the brands, but I don't see myself like selling all of the BYD because I like to have a bit of variation in my work. I've heard that like occasions is the place where you learn sales because you see a lot of people and a lot of different people, and it's a bit faster than like working for a brand.
海牙的整个展厅很拥挤，但领跑有一个专门的展区。Stellantis 和领跑合作一官宣 ，Witbrood 作为 Stellantis 经销商网络的一员，几乎同时响应。1年前就开始布局做领跑。欧洲汽车市场渠道壁垒高，自建门店成本巨大。店里小哥透露，对面的越南造车新势力 VinFast 直营店已经2周没开门了，大概率在倒闭边缘了。领跑选择与 Stellantis 合作，他表示非常看好。
Yeah, I think it's a smart choice to get into the European market, to collaborate with a bigger company that's already trusted in the European market. So you have an easier way to be introduced to stores. I don't know how other brands like Xpeng, they just on their own.
Yeah, on their own.
Yeah, it's smarter to collaborate. You have bigger marketing reach, trusted companies to sell you.
领跑目前在荷兰投放了2款产品，一款小车 T03 和一款大车 C10。T03 吸引的是老年用户，小车在欧洲很吃香，车小价格低。T03 荷兰补贴后只要 1.8万欧，私人租赁月租249欧就可以开走，这定价基本没有欧洲其他车型什么事儿了。C10折后起售价 3.8万欧，在尝试往出租车的方向发展。领跑刚拿到荷兰出租车认证，这一块市场不可小觑。欧洲大部分新车市场都是对公销售。
I think it's a great option for taxi because you have a lot of control from the main panel.
Oh yeah, they can adjust the comfort for the passengers, right?
Yeah, Leapmotor is now recognized as a car that can be used for taxis. There's a law in the Netherlands where you have to classify a specific like specs for your car to be able to use it as a taxi, and they just got the permit for that. We're now slowly going into that market.
领跑在荷兰市场正式交付，满打满算半年的时间。目前海牙门店月均几十台的量。现阶段领跑在荷兰还处于幼儿时期，对于荷兰人来说还是一个相对陌生的品牌。一开始接触领跑的很多荷兰人还持有一往对中国制造的偏见，认为中国车等于质量差。但试驾过领跑的客户态度180度大转变。
Dutch people or European people in general.See Chinese products as lesser quality, but yeah, that was maybe 20 years ago. But now, a lot of, like mostly our products are made in China.
And
for the car, so I just had a test drive in the smaller model. And she said, "Yeah, I don't know, it's Chinese." And I said, "Just feel the car." And she felt it, and it was it's good quality. I think China shines most.Is the electronics that are in the car? It's easy to use. It's well thought out. And for example, this car you can program it. So if you go like 10 kilometers an hour, it will turn on the cameras. That's something most cars will not.
Some features.
用产品说话，让偏见闭嘴。从质疑到真香，领跑的必杀技就是用奔驰 A 级的预算给你1级的配置，从而扭转欧洲人的偏见。
It's mostly this car for the size and the quality price comparison. because it's from China and most of the materials used there come from there and the factories are there, so it's very easy and cheap for them to make it and ship them in one piece to the European market. So the quality of the car is like very, very good.
Yeah.
If you like hear the sound of the
door, like it's very solid.
It feels solid. The leather is like recycled plastic, synthetic leather.
Yeah.
And it feels good. I think the biggest reason why most people are like slowly transiting to Chinese cars.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that the European market is scared of the Chinese cars and they're doing like import taxes.
Yeah.
It's because the cars are good and they can price them better.
店里小哥自己也被种草了，说在等新车型 B10上市，他自己也会买。除了渠道和产品，作为新品牌，售后往往也是很多消费者顾虑的点。背靠全球第4大车企，除了省下自建渠道的巨额成本，领跑跟 Stellantis 的合作最有优势的就是服务。Stellantis 集团在欧洲有强大的物流基础设施，领跑在欧洲规划了近140个售后中心，零部件1天可以送3次，很多别的品牌很难做到这一点，领跑能够马上就建立起一套完善成熟的服务体系。海牙店里的小哥透露，虽然初期配件供应不稳定，但现在问题都已经解决了。有意思的是，我们问店里小哥有没有库存压力，他表示一点也没有，刚刚收到一批大客户订单，看他笑得那么开心，我相信了，在荷兰卖领跑一定没有压力。不建店不烧钱，直接跻身欧洲巨头渠道。领跑欧洲生存法则，先活着再活好。我经常听到行业里出现很多对领跑海外发展关心、好奇和看好的声音。1年的时间，领跑的成长不可否认，更加国际化，并且毫不掩饰其全球野心。领跑 KT 件后期能做到本地化生产，直接在 Stellantis 的工厂生产。按领跑国际的名号，就是完全海外企业，加上可以吃到电车补贴，可以把价格卷到极致。接下来3年里，领跑会从欧洲的汽车分段，从 A、B、C 各个段推出有竞争力的好产品。除了纯电，也在考虑投放增程的车型。未来规划每年1到2款车的速度，投放欧洲和全球市场。我很期待领跑接下来的海外交付、渠道售后、品牌背书、价格碾压、产品力。凭借这些优势，领跑完全可以在欧洲啃下一块属于自己的份额。再反哺国内，保不准不出1年，新势力销量榜榜首就是领跑了。